You know that exercise can improve your memory, you guys. It's not just good for looking good and feeling good, it's good for remembering things, which seems to make exercise especially beneficial as we get older, at least in that regard, among many others. A recent meta-review published in the journal Translational Sports Medicine showed that I say this slow because this is important, moderate to vigorous intensity, so not just, very light cardio. It has to be somewhat difficult. Aerobic exercise, right? So cardiovascular exercise, improved memory, concentration, and attention for up to 2 hours following exercise. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes again of moderate to vigorous intensity aerobic exercise improves your memory for up to 2 hours after the exercise. So if you are studying for a test or something, get in 2 minutes of burpees. Set a timer, 2 minutes, and you're going to remember everything a whole lot better. So wait a minute, should I study before or after I do the exercise? Either is good, spoiler alert. But very interestingly, another recent study showed that when people learned something before they exercised, they remembered that material better. It improved their memory, but not when they learned it after they exercised. There was no effect on memory improvement. But is this completely true? Not necessarily, just because one study says that. Because another study involving a bunch of people that was done pretty recently showed that 6 to 10 minutes of moderate to vigorous intensity exercise, so this was regardless really of aerobic or resistance training, it was just moderate to vigorous intensity, getting your heart rate up somewhat, improved memory significantly. Not to mention higher order thinking skills like organization, planning, and prioritization, regardless of when the exercise was done. And so, what does this mean in terms of when I should exercise to improve memory, how much I should exercise to improve memory? What's kind of the long and short of it? Well, interestingly, that first meta-review that we referenced, where they exercised for 2 minutes, right, and they had improvements for 2 hours in memory after that, that was true. But they also showed that if you exercise for longer at that intensity, that it would improve your memory even more so. Now, this up to a point. And that threshold they found was 40 minutes of moderate to vigorous intensity aerobic exercise done 3 times per week. Okay, so that was really where we hit that threshold, is like the optimal amount. Beyond that, there may be a little more improvement, but if you reach that, you're getting pretty much maximal improvement of memory from aerobic exercise. All right, and why is aerobic exercise the best? We'll talk about that in a second. Not to say resistance training isn't good. Right? But they found that they had more significant improvements not only in memory, but that they had larger hippocampuses. So the hippocampus is the center for processing, learning, and memory. And these people who were doing 40 minutes of moderate to vigorous intensity aerobic exercise 3 times a week had 2% larger hippocampi on average. 2% larger, that's a lot. So wait a minute, their brain grew? Well, yeah, because aerobic exercise promotes the production of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. If you're new to Wen Wellness and you haven't heard us talk about BDNF, well, let's go through it. Brain-derived, it's from the brain. Neuro's nerve, trophic is growth, right? Like hypertrophy, like more growth of a muscle, right? So brain-derived neurotrophic factor. It's something that is from the brain and promotes growth of brain cells. Okay. Our bodies can make it. Okay. What stimulates BDNF production? One of the biggest things ever is exercise, and especially aerobic exercise. So they're creating more neurons, aka brain cells, creating new connections in the brain, supporting synaptogenesis, so the production of new synapses, right? That's just between 2 neurons as a synapse and how they connect and release chemicals to each other to talk, right? And so you're making these new connections that are helping you to remember things better. That's definitely one mechanism, probably the major mechanism in neurogenesis by which aerobic exercise and exercise in general will help to improve memory. Also, increasing blood flow to your brain. All right, so increasing blood flow delivers more oxygen and nutrition, and your brain will work better in general. And that's not just for memory, that's for everything. Increasing levels of neurotransmitters, fancy name for brain chemicals, like Dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine, right? Dopamine makes you feel pleasure, motivation, reward. Serotonin's your happy hormone slash neurotransmitter. Norepinephrine could help with focus, giving you more energy pretty much. It's noradrenaline, we also know it as. And things like acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is the learning neurotransmitter. Facilitates learning and memory and focus and attention. Also mood, motivation, arousal, muscle contraction, a lot of things. But learning and memory, focus and attention are on that list. And associated with increases in levels of acetylcholine are increases in an enzyme called nitric oxide synthase. What the hell is that? Well, nitric oxide, okay, well that's a gaseous amino acid that opens your blood vessels and improves the delivery of blood, oxygen, and nutrition to all your tissues. So nitric oxide synthase, it's something that makes that thing get produced, right and simple. So it increases levels of something, does acetylcholine, which is increased from the exercise, that makes your blood vessels open and deliver blood to that brain, baby. And so that's one mechanism by which exercise will increase blood flow to the brain. Okay, now one more way that exercise could help to improve memory is by reducing levels of stress hormones. We know that exercise reduces stress. And lowering levels of cortisol, for example, can be very beneficial when it comes to improving memory. Because if you're all stressed out, guys, you know that it's just hard to remember things. We don't even need to explain all the science behind that. So really, really neat stuff, you know? It doesn't take as much as you may have thought to get these benefits of improved memory and focus and attention and all these things. And if you can't do it, you know, before you exercise, and, you know, it's not a big deal. You can do it after, but, you know, I recommend doing the studying, then exercising, then going and taking the test, right? I think that would be a really nice combination, because like that one study showed, it was more beneficial to learn before you were exercising. Then you're exercising, you're getting all those happy chemicals in your brain, helping you focus better and feel good and loose and confident, you know, and improve your memory and get that blood flow to your brain. And then you go into that test and bada bing, bada boom. So that is just really neat stuff, I thought, and I hope you guys got something out of it. We got a birthday before we get out of here, and it's Master Pete Duffy's birthday. Happy birthday, dude. This one's for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Pete Duffy. Happy birthday to you. So many more, brother. Have a great day. Moonbo, what's up? Gum and CVS, supposed to help with focus and energy. I have to know what's in the gum. I would have to know what's in it. Andre, what's up? Disanobo, I appreciate that. Das, how you doing? James. Scasiano, what's up? Chris Presco, OG. Sabia, true OG, what's up, girl? How you doing? Mr. Ang, appreciate you. Dave Beach from the East, what's up, killer? How you doing, brother? Brad Bizzle, Brandon Malone, Aubrey, Danny Kemp, what's up? I owe your mama super you, man. Tell her that. As for now, so we got for you, folks. We'll see you tomorrow, baby. Not sure where, not sure when, but we'll see you then. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you very much, and happy wellness. Go exercise and improve that memory.